So, hey, hi, hello. Not sure when you're
Right.
listening to this. Welcome to Seasoned Aspect. It's your host, Easy Astro, aka Jalik the Third, and yeah, the podcast about with astrology seasoning the conversation, but the full meal comes from either my experience or whoever comes on and sharing relative to the placements that we were going to be talking about. So today it's Gemini. Well, it's not Gemini. Today is not just Gemini season, but the entirety of Gemini season has been what it's been. It's like, shit, I want to say it's been something. And to be
I've been
here,
having a ball.
girl, look, it's been a funny shit. Like to have the Gemini on here that I truly, truly love and appreciate. Known you for a good ass time, like long ass time. I remember, like, what was it? I did it to be honest on your Instagram. And you're like, you cool as fuck, but I ain't care if you swinging on my friend like that. And I'm just like, that's fair. That's real. That's real.
No, because
But
that night was crazy, but
girl, that was a
we don't
wild
even
ass
have to
night.
go
But
there.
But it's like here we are. So wanted to pass the mic over officially to Shawnee. So hey Shawnee, how you doing, girl?
Hey guys, I'm Shawnee. I don't really have a whole lot to say right now. I'm a Gemini. I'm just excited to be here with Easy's podcast. So whatever you have to
Yeah.
ask me, I'm happy to answer.
Girl, yeah, like the thing is, like I put a podcast before coming out here or to this episode talking about
Hmm.
just like some of the essence of Gemini and really just having that curiosity. Like people like,
Yeah.
yeah, people feel like they talk a lot, but I feel like it can like you selective, like, hey, you gonna talk to who you wanna talk to and
Yeah.
like the curiosity. I see like reading from books that I was reading up on Gemini, it's just like, hey, taking that indulgence or like savoring of things from food to knowledge
Hmm.
and like being able to take in so much. Like how is that for you as a Gemini?
I feel like when it comes to like the curiosity aspects, like there are like a lot of things that I have interest in. Like, I'm kind of like a hobby whore. Like I do lyre, I do pole, I dance, I do like DJ sometimes. I do a lot of like different things. I feel like when it comes to Geminis, like if you look at any Gemini or like even like some of the people in media, like Andre 3000, like he was, arguably one of the best rappers, and he's just like, nah, I'm gonna just play the flute. Like I fuck with the flute now. And it's like people be like, but why are y'all deterring from things that you're great at? And it's just because like I know I'm great at it. I don't have to prove it, but there's so many other things that I can accomplish, or so many other things that I'm intrigued about that I have never really gotten the opportunity to do. So it's like I'm okay with putting something that I know I'm good at down because it's always going to be there. And moving on to the next thing and seeing what this is. And if I'm good at that, I'll do that for a little bit. And then as soon as I'm done and I have another thing that I want to do, I'm going to pick that up as well. And I feel like a lot of people look at it as like a lack of discipline or something because it's like she's just kind of all over the place. She's just like not really honing in. But it's like, no, I'm disciplined at the thing that I'm doing at the time. But as soon as I'm done with it, or as soon as I have something else that I want to pick up on, I'm doing that. And it's like I'm good at all of these things. So I feel like that's kind of just how I like take on it. It's like whatever I feel like doing, I'm probably gonna do it. If I don't do it right now, I'm gonna do it eventually. But I'm not really married to one identity. I'm not married to one thing, because we can all be so good at so many things if we just, open our eyes a little bit.
That's dope because it's like definitely had this on the fact of one of the things listed for cliches that people say like, oh, Gemini's are flaky, and it's like no, like what you're mentally stimulated for in that moment is like
Yeah,
going to capture your attention and you're going to put your all into it, and that's
exactly.
like literally what you just explained. So that's cool, that's dope, and like really bringing up Andre 3000, girl, we can talk about music all day, like between me and you, like yes. Okay, also, like, what have you been listening to recently? Cause what is it? I try. Okay, so side note, I tried to listen to. I listened to part of the Carter Six. It's man, it's like everywhere. Like one of my friends, he did something on Substack of a review from it, and he's from Louisiana. He's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, this ain't mixtape Wayne. We probably ain't gonna ever get him back. Which is like,
No, and that's fine. He's like 60. Like, it's cool. Like, he's not even that old. He just looks that old. I think he's like 45 or 50 something. He's not that old, but he's just like, he got old man energy. And that's cool, Like, let him ride out. But don't
yeah.
expect 2007. Wayne, that's not. I don't know why anybody expected to hear that. We just saw what he did at the at his last performance. The headline. Come on, what you expect? What did you expect? Love him down, but like we have to be realistic. Like, and everybody was like, he should do the Super Bowl. I'm like, have you seen? Love him down, but no, it's not. It's not a
Yeah.
thing. We shouldn't make that a thing.
Like, I would say that was the most recent album that I've listened to. I know it's a couple other albums that are out. Like, I know that Gold Link dropped an album. I hadn't checked.
Gold Link dropped an album. Primo Rice dropped one yesterday. I like halfway listened to that on the way to work the other day. Kali Uchis has an album that I heard is pretty good, and then Rico Nasty has an album I still have to listen to. My life is kind of chaotic right now, so I haven't really gotten a chance to like sit and listen to albums, and I have a very like immediate opinion about things, and I just feel like it's not fair for me to give something a half-ass listen in the car, especially when it's an artist I like Rico Nasty and like Kali Uchis, and then be like, oh, this was bad or this was bad. You know what I'm saying? I want to give it a real chance to listen to it. So probably I'm not doing anything when I get off today, so I'll probably like listen to both of those albums later on tonight. But lately, I've been listening. It's this girl, I think her name is Kaya. She has a song called Mary Jane, and I've just been kind of hyper fixated on that and then like a couple of the remixes. You know how like when people do like a K Tronada remix or like a Disclosure remix of songs? So she has like some of her, I guess, favorite DJs that just remix that one song over and over again. It's like a full album of just remixes of that one song, and they're all pretty dope. But it's like these two that I really like. It's the Swell, Mary Jane Swell, and then the double BPM or something like that. I can't remember the name of that DJ, but I've been like hyper fixating on that song for like the last 4 days. So that's kind of like what I've been listening to recently. I've also been listening to a lot of like Black Odyssey. I've been like kind of going back, like listening to like a lot of like these rap. So I've been listening to like 3 6 Mafia, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim. I don't know. I'm just kind of on a '90s take right now. So that's really me right now. So I'm kind of in a different bag than usually. I guess I'm in like a research kind of like, oh, let me see. I think that's what happened. I think I was given like this prompt or something, and I had to like go back and listen to '90s like rap, and I was like, oh, I actually I really do like these people, or I remembered that I really do like these people. So I've just been re-listening to a lot of things.
That's what's up. And a lot like me on my end, I found myself going back to listen to like 60s, 70s, like the
Mm,
playlist on Spotify. And it's just like, okay, picking up like the different like songs that have been remixed. Like, yo, this where they got whatchamacallit from. Okay. All right,
yeah, like finding
cool.
all these random samples. It's like, and I hate when I find like a sample of a sample. I'm like, y'all need to drop. Like,
This is like, yo, this is just beat for beat. You ain't even try to change nothing to this. But okay, we gonna ride with it. It's cool. When it comes to your big three, you have Gemini Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra Rising. What songs do you associate with those? Like, what songs come to mind?
oh, that's a good question. So, songs that I would associate with like a Gemini Sun, I feel like anything that's like uppity. So I'm gonna go with like, hmm. I think I'm gonna go like Vexo, K Tronada. Cause I just feel like, especially like a Gemini and Gemini season, it's just like all smiles around. Like I don't really have a care in the world right now. I just kind of want to move and like, be the life of the party, be that person that people lean on, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go Vexo, K Tronada. Like that's just how I've been feeling lately. Libra Rising, let's go. Cause that's a toughie because Libras are different. And sometimes I don't be seeing the Libra, but then it's like I look back at something like a year later and it's like, okay, wait, that was kind of Libra coded. I don't know. But a Libra song. I'm gonna go Kitty Cat by Beyonce. And then Taurus, we gonna go Smack a Bitch, Rico Nasty. Cause they're very they're, they're not sane, and I have those moments as well.
Yes, and Taurus, you got Taurus Mercury as well as a Taurus Moon too. So it's like
Yeah,
on cue. So
it's not often when I have those tourist moments. Some people don't talk to me for a couple days.
hey, it be like that. It be like that. It makes me think like when it comes to Libra, like you said, Libra coded. What is the essence of Libra to you? I know it's Gemini season, but it's another sign, and it's just like How do you think of Libra?
Realistically, I'm gonna get some strays for this, but I feel like Libras are everything that people want to say Geminis are. Like, I feel like Libras are so flighty and so like just kind of like gone with the wind. They have a little bit of fakeness to them. You know what I mean? I don't want to say it's all love, but like it is kind of all love. Like they really just do what they want. Like they are the epitome of doing what they want, even if they gotta hide it from everybody. So I feel like when I have those moments where it's like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, and I be thinking it's the Gemini, it really be Libra. It really be Libra. And I feel like Libras don't go too far off the rails. Like they'll do some, for the plot shit and just but they won't do nothing like life changing or anything like that. Like they won't ruin their life for the plot. You know what I mean? But they're gonna do what they want. And they're not gonna apologize for it. And they might lose some friends over it. And I feel like half the time they're okay with that.
I think that's like the balance, like
Yeah.
that harmony aspect of stuff. Because, yeah, what is it? I have Jupiter and Venus and Libra in 11th house
Mhm.
of friends. And it's just like, okay, wanting to have a sense of harmony or have balance. Like, if I
Yeah.
could have my friends from different pools come together, that'd be great. And sometimes it works. Sometimes, like,
Yeah.
hey, we tried it. Let's not do this again. Like,
You're right.
like this shit gotta go somewhere else. But yeah, like I can feel that. Like definitely with Libras, and I appreciate them. I feel like I found out I have a lot of Libra folks in my life. Like I guess
Yeah.
it's the sense of balance needing that, and it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But something about Libras, and I feel like we're probably gonna talk about this like later on when we get to Libras, like that ick that you can
Mhm.
get. Like I associate something about Libras. It's like they can get an ick, where it's like
Yeah.
can turn off completely towards something, especially if it's not specifically expected of like what they thought it to be. Like how is it with the sense of being a Libra rising?
I feel like, especially when it like comes to like, I guess like romance and stuff, I crush a lot. I'm not ashamed of that. I crush a lot. And recently, I've been kind of bagging my crushes, but then it's like once you get them and like you get to know them, it's really like this is not at all what I thought it was. And I'm not gonna say specifics because I don't know who this is gonna reach. It's like it really don't be what you think it is. And it's like me and my friend were joking because they're like, bro, having a crush is just not having information. Because you'll hyper fixate on these things that you see about a person on social media or that you see for like a couple hours when you're out. And then you sit down with this person and you're like, oh, you don't have half of your brain. And I don't know what to do with that because I'm, like we talked about, I'm very talkative, but I run out of breath. So if I'm talking the whole time, I'm gonna be a little irritated. If I'm dragging the conversation the whole time, I'm not gonna want to talk to you again. And then, also just like men just being unintentional and stuff like that's a big ick for me. But it's like before we even got to this point, it's like head over heels. He's so fine. He's so this. And then you sit down. I'm like, I never gonna talk to you again.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Even like when like I tried chair for the first time because I used to see like all some of my dance friends do like chair tricks and stuff. I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. I took one chair class. I fell one time. I say, y'all never see me again. I'm over it. I scroll past every chair video I see now. Y'all can keep that. I'm good.
No,
But it's
like
like it's
no,
just funny to watch. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. Like no lie, like seeing you do pole is like okay, yeah, that should sound like something fun, like wanting to check out and do. So, no, I definitely feel that like when it comes to finding something, trying like oh it looks nice, but it's just like you really get into
Me
like
trying. It's like, oh, this is not at all. And I'm out. Like, I'm not even halfway interested anymore. And I feel like that's another, like, very Gemini coded thing. It's like, I'm either all in or you'll never see me again. Like, it's not really a whole lot of gray area with Geminis in most things. You know what I mean? It's like, you'll know when a Gemini wants to do something. You'll know when a Gemini is, like, into you, at least from my experience. That's what I feel like. I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like it's not really a lot of great. I'm not gonna half-ass do something. So no, I'm never taking another cherry class again. I'm done. Like that's it. So yeah.
I feel that. Like it also makes me think like when you said partnerships. For one, Libra rising, I see like a lot of Libra risings. Not in like okay, partner, like all right, every 6 months a new partner, but it's understanding that learning oneself and
Mm-hmm.
growth through experiences with partners. So it's not like okay, you have to be like smack down with somebody like for
Right.
X amount of years. Like no, like hey,
Right.
I'm kicking it with you for like 10, 15 minutes. I could take
And
away
then
some
move
type of
on.
fucking insight from you and go about my business and we never have to speak again. Like,
Right. Yeah. I feel like I can kind of agree to that. Like I feel my dating life kind of right now is a little like it's existing, but it's not for real. Like I'm not really um like closed off with it. I haven't been in that space in a long time, maybe like a year and a half. Like not being closed off with anyone, not really being like sexually active with anyone. So like all of mine are really just like me getting to know these people, me going out with these people, bringing these people around my friends. How do you act around my friends? And it is kind of like, a different guy, every couple of months because I feel like you said, like I'm okay with the experience and taking away what I need to take away from the experience. But I feel like I also know in the back of my head what I really want. And even if the situation is small, like I feel like people say um, I cut people off over little things. But I don't think they're little things to me. And I feel like, yeah, as soon as this is not fun anymore for, the person I'm supposed to be having fun with, like I'm over it. You know what I mean? Now if there's somebody that I'm like considering being serious with, okay, I'll let we can work out through some things. But if I know that, this person that I'm hanging out with is for a good time and not a long time, there's no reason for me to put in energy into saving something that is not even going to be here for a long amount of time. So I feel like that's kind of where that, Libra every 6 months kind of stereotype comes from because we are very capable of like fixing things and problem solving and compromising. We're very capable of doing that, but it's unnecessary using that energy to somebody that I'm not going to be.
that's a good point. And what is it? Okay, so your chart ruler is Venus. It's in Gemini alongside
Yeah.
your sun. So philosophy, enjoy travel, having that aesthetic appreciation towards those things, but also peeping the fact that yeah, Venus is in Gemini. So the ruler of Gemini is Mercury. Your Mercury is in Taurus. The ruler of
Hmm.
Taurus is Venus. So they have like they are communicating with each other. So it's like this head heart conversation. So the question that I have is just like, do you feel that yes, you are this exuberant, outgoing person, but on like at a deeper level, it's like, hey, some time to reflect and think about like these engagements and relationships that take place.
Yeah, for sure. I do understand that like I am a social person. I do know a lot of people. And sometimes it does like I do think about like, hey, like I should work on connecting deeper with certain people or I should maybe focus on, the deep friendships that I do have, maybe not always seek out new friendships. But sometimes and I was just talking to my friend about this, a lot of people use the term friend like closely. Like they don't call everybody friend. They don't call everybody like they say, oh, I have two friends, everybody else is an associate. And I'm just not really a fan of that. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're somebody that I have a relationship with in whatever proximity, whether that's, I see you at dance class, maybe I see you, when we go out, maybe we hang out when we go out. I feel like you're just a different friend in a different category. And I know people are trying to debunk that. Like, if you can't call on this person for X, Y, and Z, then that's not your friend. But like, the dictionary doesn't say that your friend has to be there for every single problem in your life. You know what I mean? Like there are friends for different things. And I feel like I kind of, there was a moment in time where I was kind of beating myself up. It's like, dang, like I have like so much energy to extend to so many different people. And I feel like I'm not showing up for everybody the way that I would want people to show up for me. But it's like, it's okay to only have like two, three people to lean on. It's okay to only give that kind of energy to two and three people. But then, when it's time to be a little more, I guess, less intense or I don't know the word that I'm looking for. But I guess when the dust settles, when life isn't life anymore, it's okay to like give that energy to more people. Like I'm not in a dark space or I'm not heavy right now. I can be around more people, but maybe only two or three people get to see me in that intimate setting. And I feel like that's okay. I don't feel like it means that my friend with this person is less valuable. It's just we haven't cultivated that relationship. And realistically, a lot of people don't even need to see you in a vulnerable state. And that's okay. A lot of people don't need to be able to, like, I have friends that I've grown up with, but maybe they're not interested in coming to like a post showcase. That's not their thing. Just because they don't come doesn't mean that they're not supporting me or they're not my friend. That's just not their thing. I have super like conservative religious friends. I wouldn't invite them to a party, but they know that that doesn't mean that because I'm hanging out with like, some of my friends that enjoy going out, they know that that doesn't mean that I love them any less. We hang out in a different type of setting. So I feel like breaking those things up and knowing your friends and knowing what's appropriate and understanding and having the emotional maturity to understand when things are deep and when things are not is necessary. And I don't think that it means that you should only have one, two friends and just say fuck everybody else, basically. Like, no, like I feel like being emotionally mature means that you understand that everybody's not going to be there for everything, and some people are just here for certain settings, and that's okay.
That's a word right there. Like, for real, for real. Because definitely, like, seeing for me when it comes to interacting with folks and friends, like, on my Instagram, when it comes to posting stuff, I'm like, I really don't feel like posting my life because, like, not everybody needs to see that. But the things
Exactly.
that I like to see for people to share is like, hey, I like anime. I like music. I like video games. I like traveling. So I like how I
Yeah.
look when I fucking travel. So you
Yeah.
will see those things. Like,
Exactly.
not pressed to show like every little small thing in my life. And then it comes to like the close friends aspect. No lie, it makes me think of like that video between Meg and Glorilla where they were talking about like, oh, how people use close friends. Initially, my shit was just like, hey, if you have my number, that is my close friends. I didn't
Yeah.
know about the whole like, oh, you flirting with folks and like shit. I was like, oh shit, okay, it's levels to this. I ain't.
It is levels to the close friends, but I'm not gonna lie, mine teeters. Like sometimes I be removing and adding people like crazy. Don't tell nobody though, but I it's like, hey, if I gotta come in here and rant, all the niggas got to go. All the men are gone.
Yeah.
No, my birthday I added like my birthday weekend, like homecoming weekends, like festival, like anytime where I'm like, okay, I'm having a good time with my friends. I'll like add some new people. I'm like, okay, y'all can see the fun side of me, whatever. But the standard, like randomly just pick up my phone and post stuff as so close friends, really just my friends and people that I know in real life. Like it's nobody in there that I don't really know. All these people are somebody that I've met in real life, whether or not I kick it with them often, maybe they live out of town, whatever the case. But at some point, we've had some form of relationship in real life.
So I was just like, okay, really just seeing how people use close friends. Like you have the close friends, you got Finsta, you got various other different, like just listing out the opportunities or ways that people engage with folks. I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah,
what is it? My sister, she got a Finsta. I'm like, respect. Like, I know for damn fact I probably will never see that bitch, but I
yeah,
respect you for having it. Like, hey, you do what you gotta
yeah,
do. Like, it is all good. It is no problem.
yeah. I
So
don't even, if you don't send me an invite to your festa, I'm not even gonna ask because that mean I don't need to be there.
honestly, no lie. Like some people I'll see on Instagram, like they'll have me as their close friends. I'm like, I don't know what I did
I
to
don't
you.
know how this happened, but shout out to you, like,
They're like, okay, that's what's up. I respect it. Like you got your views that you don't want other people to see. Cool. Bad.
have at it.
Say less. And I'm just like, okay, cool. What is it? It also makes me think of like my mind goes to like I went to a story on Instagram and it made me think of like Interview with the Vampire, so it made me think of shows. So it made me think of just like, hey, TV shows. I remember like when
Hmm.
we went to New Orleans and you were watching, was it Ugly Betty that you were
Yes.
watching? Okay. So yeah, just like thinking of shows, and when it comes to Gemini, what do you think of just like a character that resonates with Gemini for you?
Character that resonates with Gemini, and this is probably going to be very cliche, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to say Garnet from Steven Universe, simply because she's made up of like Ruby and Sapphire, who are two like completely polar opposites, but when like they come together, they make this like, sweet harmony. Honestly, probably my favorite character like ever. Like, I don't think there's a character I love more than Garnet, because you have like Ruby, who's just this loose cannon, completely ridiculous. And you have Sapphire, who's like this very assertive, very sweet, very nurturing person. And they come together and they make this badass fucking. I don't even know what Garnet is. She's not a villain, but like she's like not a hero. I don't know. Garnet is just like, I love Garnet.
She's so
But
sweet.
I feel like that would be my character that I would compare Gemini to, because you will rarely see Ruby and you will like rarely see Sapphire, but like they're still in there somewhere, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that would be my character.
Like, what is it? Makes me think of like the episode of their wedding. It made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, it was so sweet. And
Steven Universe is so underrated. Like Steven Universe is actually like, I'm gonna force my kids to watch Steven Universe.
it's
Like,
so good.
because even the whole show as a whole, I feel like it's very Gemini coded. Like, it's a lot of filler. It's a lot of unnecessary things that happen, a lot of random tangents that have absolutely nothing to do with it. But the storyline is so great and it has such a deeper meaning. There's so many like coming of age moments, and there's so many like identity crises. Gemini is like full of identity crisis, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like that show as a whole kind of like encapsulates like what it feels like to be a Gemini, because it's like very much all over the place, but we're still getting to the bigger picture. All of this is necessary to get to where we have to go.
Yeah, that's nice. Rebecca Sugar did her big
Rebecca
break.
Sugar, I would kiss her feet.
She, what is it? Okay, somebody had, it was a TikTok where somebody's like, did you see the voice actor for Jake crying at Rebecca Sugar singing Time Adventure? I went to go find that TikTok and I was just listening to her singing and she was like playing a ukulele and it's just like ideally like, hey, we have these moments that they're still happening in time, but
Yeah,
understand that we're not at that point in time anymore. I cried. I
yeah.
cried. Like her, God, her songs. I remember listening to "Here Comes a Thought" with Estelle. I remember watching it, and I was just like tears falling off the side of my face. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's a treasure. Like, she's different, and a lot of people don't really. Well, I won't say a lot of people don't know about her, but I feel like she doesn't come up a lot in my conversation. But I just appreciate Rebecca Sugar on just a different level. Like, her mind is just insane.
No lie, I was not expecting you to say Garnet, but it fits so well, and it goes with
Yeah,
like what is like the twin aspect. So how is it for you with Gemini twin? What's up on the surface? What's on below? How do you navigate that?
I feel like it's a difference between like being like, I guess, having two sides and just seeing all sides, I
Mm,
guess. I mean, I'm gonna speak from my experience. Because there would be situations where people be like, "Oh, you're playing both sides," and it's like, not necessarily playing both sides. I'm just empathetic and like emotionally. I don't want to say emotionally mature, but like understanding emotions. I guess that means like empathetic. To understand like why somebody would do something. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's fucked up, even if it's a bad thing, it's like, I could see why she did that. Not being on her side or anything like that, and still being like empathetic, and but also still holding them accountable for the actions that they take. So I guess I see that happen in myself a lot. It's like there will be whatever situation, big, small, bad, good, whatever, and it's like I'm noticing like everything that's happening, and I automatically understand why it happened the way that it did.
mm,
You know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes like that's kind of where the twin thing comes in, because that's like, you know how they have like twin telepathy,
yeah.
and it's like they kind of like finish each other's sentences, and it's like they know what the other one's doing without even looking. They're both raising their hand at the same time. It's like, I feel like I have that kind of like, telepathy around like situations where it's like, I already know what's about to happen, or I already know how this happened, just based off like the little information that I had. And it's like, okay, I know why this person was feeling the way they felt to make them do such a thing. And I also understand why this would make that person feel such a thing. And then mouths got to running and things started to happen. And that's kind of like what played out. And I try my best just to not take sides. I feel like sometimes it's just like, I just understand what happened. It's not necessarily I'm telling this person that they're right or wrong. I just get it. And I also feel like, to another point, that I'm very like not one person either. But I also don't feel like I'm two people. I feel like I'm literally like a million different people just morphed into this one person. And I feel like that's kind of where they get the twin thing from too. It's like Gemini's, or you'll see a Gemini one day, you'll see them Tuesday, and it's like, whoa, like I didn't know this is who you were. I didn't know. A lot of people still don't know I dance. A lot of people don't know that I know how to DJ. A lot of people don't know that I know how to do a lot of things. It's like I'm so many different people, and it's like it's not really always like publicized. You know, a lot of things I keep to myself, and I feel like a lot of Geminis do that. It's like, yeah, I'll post a couple things or I'll share a couple things, but some things it's like, some things are for myself, some things are intimate, some things are we keep, just for us. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Okay. And I guess it comes into like, what is it? They call it that saying, the jack of all trades and
Yeah.
master of none. I don't think like,
I don't think master of none is a thing, but I kind of see where people are coming from, and I think that's kind of where I was saying about like people just look at people that are multifaceted and things and just say they like discipline. I don't think that's a thing. I feel like a lot of people think that you should only be doing one thing. You should be good at one thing, and I don't think a lot of people know how to be good at multiple things, so they try to villainize people that are.
that's
So
a good point. So I'll also notice this in your chart. You have the sun in Gemini, but it's opposed Pluto in your third house of Sagittarius. So it's something about the axis of Gemini and Sagittarius. Gemini is the student, Sagittarius the teacher. Gemini is like
hmm
immediate environment. Sagittarius is supposed to be like long distance environment. So with Sagittarius being in your third house and having Pluto, that planet of transformation, has there ever been moments where you feel like you've had to speak for yourself? Like it's been some hard moments to communicate or share your thoughts with people?
yeah, I feel like a lot of times people are just not used to me, or people don't expect me to say things. I've gotten a lot better at like voicing my opinions, voicing my needs, familiar relationships, platonic relationships, romantic relationships, semi-romantic relationships, all those good things. And I'm actually pretty comfortable with it at this point in time. But there was a point in time where like literally speaking up for myself gave me anxiety. Like probably up until like maybe like 4 years ago. I just kind of let shit ride. But I feel like, the first couple of times it was very uncomfortable, but I knew that it was like necessary for growth and for me to be able to, hold people accountable for how they treated me, or like not like how I feel, because other people aren't accountable for my feelings, but like just the actions surrounded by, whatever I was feeling in that moment. And I feel like because Geminis are used to just being like super vibrant and super fun, it's like when we have to like cut that serious notch on, it's like, okay, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to like ruin a relationship or anything like that, because our mouths can get kind of lethal, and a lot of people take things that we say out of context, or like Geminis always get the thing, oh, they just have this tone about them. But sometimes I feel like if I didn't speak in such a tone, and I'll just say this, it's not intentional. My tones are never intentional. But people will come back and say, oh, you kind of said that rudely, or that was kind of unnecessary. And I don't even understand. I just feel like I said something just straightforward. But then people are like, oh, you had a tone. So, but I also feel like subconsciously our brains create a tone so that people understand us. Because if I said it in a lighthearted way, they would think that I was joking, because I'm always joking. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of where that comes from. Like when we have to be serious, our brain just automatically goes into like macho, don't talk to me that way. Nobody's gonna take me serious if I sound like this. Like, oh my god, you hurt my feelings. Nobody's gonna take me serious. I'm just a little cupcake. Like I have to turn my Dwayne the Rock Johnson voice on. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that makes me think like just Gemini's being wordsmiths, and just like how you said you feel like it's multiple people, and maybe it's just like that one person like coming out and communicating. But when it comes to having words and just the discussion, they say like, yeah, you don't want to get into an argument with a Gemini, and the first person that came to mind is Azalea Banks. Like, like, girl,
Nah,
the
she's
words, like, she will get in somebody's ass, but the level of words used, just like, wow, okay.
she is a national treasure. I don't agree with everything that Azalea
Yeah.
Banks does and says, the bitch is funny. Like
She's hilarious.
we can't act like she's not who she says she is. Like she's funny. She's gave us some bops. Everybody bites off of her. Every year is another person biting off Azalea Banks. Like we're not gonna act like she's not who she is. Nuts, hilarious. But would I want to argue with her? Would I want to be for her on the internet? Absolutely not. I would delete my profile immediately. Immediately.
No.
She's nuts. That's when I forgot she was a Gemini.
That and just like, okay, and creativity and just minds. It makes me think of just like the most recent thing. Have you seen like Quan Mills on TikTok? You probably don't,
KWAN?
huh?
KWAN?
No,
Or
you
QUAN?
QUAN
No.
Mills. Okay, you probably gonna have this shit come up on your TikTok now. So this
Yeah, literally
man
in two scrolls.
has like crazy as I think he just I guess it's short stories, but it's just like the fact his mind. It's not like these books are published, but
Hmm.
they are stories. And let me see, like I sent somebody a picture of what the title of one was. But oh my god, I'm not about to search him up on my page because I promise you it's about to probably just like flood my shit. And I'm like, I don't need Quan Mills.
Yeah, TikTok's algorithm is like good and bad at the same time. It's
You know
like,
what? Somebody like I saw a TikTok last night where they were talking about like, hey, instead of using hashtags, like really put out an extensive caption for your stuff if you're trying to get it to hit the people you're trying to hit, as well as the
right.
fact of just like you have to go into privacy and like cut off like a little contact switch so whatever videos you have is not just the first 300 likes aren't just from the people who are following you.
Yeah, I heard that too. But I was like, me and TikTok have a love-hate relationship. Cause I be wanting to post and then I don't think content creation is for me. I think I'm just gonna live my life.
It's
But
hard. Like I was like, okay, I went to DreamCon. I'm like, she was fun. Loved it. I posted them 30 things about them fits, and I was like, okay, cool. I
I
got
saw
some
that they
pictures.
were eating.
Thank you. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like girl doing cosplay. I was like, okay, this is fun. I see why people do it, but I was like, oh, people like continuously utilize the same like cosplays. I'm down with it. Okay, cool, bet.
Yeah.
Say less. But when it comes to posting, like somebody's like, okay, TikTok is like in real time. And now Instagram is coming to like the capsule, like, okay, I went on
Yeah.
this trip. Here's like a viewpoint of this. Sometimes it's real
Yeah.
time, but it's like, nah, like
Hardly ever.
what is it? Like on my stories, I posted like all these little random videos that I took while I was at DreamCon. It's like, oh, you could do a video. I'm like, baby, I'm not doing all that. Like, that's too much. I'm not making this edit. Y'all gonna get this? It's gonna be
Yeah,
random.
because it's like so time consuming. Like if I could just record my videos and then pay somebody to make some content of it, I could do that. But people be charging a lot and then I just don't even know if that's something I even want to do. So it's like, yeah, whatever.
It's just like,
But shout out to the people that do, you know,
girl,
they
look,
keeping us entertained.
exactly. Like the people who can just like pop up a camera. Like I bought that little suction cup thingy that you can put your
Hmm.
phone on. And I'm like, okay, this is cool, but me and my social aspect of like taking pictures outside, it's hard.
Nah.
Like that
Nah,
one
I
video.
tried it. It's so awkward.
So like that one video with that shirt, that gray shirt, that was just like, look, nobody ain't paying attention to me. Okay, I'm gonna just live like be in this energy. But if I try to do this shit out here today, no,
Nope.
no, I'm nervous. But like somebody is at DreamCon, like, hey, can you pose? Like, can we take a picture? I'm like, yeah, we can take a picture. Like, she's like, it's a character. The character got to pose. I'm just like, oh, okay, okay. Shit, it's one fucking picture. My eyes were closed. I'm like, all right, just like
My
accept
go-to
it.
poses.
Look, this one.
And I said,
Look,
that just pissed me off. The fuck was that?
I think it's like what is it? iPhone they have them little reaction thingies when you do stuff now. And I'm just like,
But it don't be on cue because if see, it didn't do it. It just be doing shit randomly. Like it don't be on cue at all.
there's a delay. But it's just like, yeah, social media. I'm for it. Like it's like I want to be seen, but then sometimes like, I don't want to be seen. I'm just like, damn, views. It's just irritating. Like no lie, I'm like if they could take away the heart thing off of stories, I'd be okay. Like, cause I'm like I want people to like my stuff, and I'm just like, damn, y'all ain't fucking with what I'm posting. Like,
It be the weirdest stuff people be liking on
just
my
like why you
page.
like that? Like, hey,
But I think I was one week, I don't know, I was just looking good. all week. I was getting a decent amount of likes, like normal size likes. I posted a picture of me bonnet something. Why that shit get like triple the likes? I was like, okay, so y'all, like, I was confused. I was thoroughly confused because I was looking good all week, and this is the picture. This is the picture, and it wasn't even a picture; it was a video. I don't know. I don't know if it was just the algorithm that day, but that shit took me out. I was like, I don't understand what's wrong with people.
Just
I be putting all this effort and it look good for y'all,
just like what?
and y'all don't even care.
Girl. It's like be a bum. Like that I like wearing makeup, but it's just like I need to have it on for like at least 5 hours at best.
For it to be worth it. That's why I stopped doing makeup content, because I was like, okay, I did some makeup and now I'm not going nowhere. Like, so I was like, yeah, all that's gone from my page.
I was just like, I'm like you'll see when I step out, you'll see it. If I get a new like thing of makeup, want to add
Right.
style, cool, we'll go from that. But it's like other than that, I'm cool. Like I'll put on some eyebrows. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't
Oh,
like
the eyebrow got to be on. Okay, I'm not going nowhere with no eyebrows.
girl. Like it was one. I didn't realize that I didn't have eyebrows like that for real until I like somebody had plucked them for me in college, and then I was like, yeah, you see, I got my eyebrows, and I'm like, you did? Oh, okay. And I was like, well, Beverly Hills pomade it is. Okay.
Oh, no, literally, like I just did like a little pencil and then like not arched them, but like brushed them. But I
Girl.
can't go nowhere without my eyebrows being groomed. And as soon as I see them couple little hairs, I'm going back to Noreen to get that threaded off.
Yep. And it's just like, I need them. Like, sometimes, like, I don't need them, but I need them sometimes. I remember one time, somebody on my Instagram post, he's like, you cute, but where your eyebrows? I was like, thank you.
First of all, I'm blocked. You're disrespectful. Like,
I'm just like,
what do you mean where my what do you mean by that?
I was just like, well, I just laughed. I'm just like, ain't no damn way. Ain't no way. But some people make it work though without eyebrows. I think like Cynthia Erivo, like she can make it work.
Yeah, yeah. I think there are, or like really thin eyebrows, like those 90s thin eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about trying to go thinner, but I feel like I will look stupid. I feel like I have like the perfect eyebrow shape.
It works.
But I'm like, what if I just did the paper thin ass eyebrows? Like, what the fuck would that give?
What you should do, like, probably do what the drag queens do, like
And do
do
the
a
glue?
glue and then see how it looks first with that, and go from there, and then check it out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go get me some purple Elmers today
Ooh,
because I'm like thinking about it. I'm thinking about changing, not like my whole look, but I was like, what if I like cut all my eyebrows off? I don't know. Maybe I'm going through something.
girl, look, it's a thought. It's just like I've told myself when it gets to 36, I was gonna cut my locks off, but I'm just like, what if I want to do that now? Like, what if I just want to cut like pixie, little waves, make it blonde? I
Ooh,
don't know. Maybe. Who
ooh.
knows? I'm just thinking. Like it's a thought that comes to mind.
Yeah, we just be running our mouths. It don't even be that serious for real.
Like it's like we'll see. Like maybe if it comes a continuous thought, then who knows? Might pull up to a hair salon. But for the meantime, between time, it's an experiment to take into place. So I'll
Yeah.
have to do that. But I wanted to ask you, like, when it comes to the things that you got going on, being a multifaceted, creative person such as yourself, what do you want to like promote, put out to the people, let them know that you got going on? Because I know you do photos. I know that you be DJing. Like, what do you want to share with folks out here?
I will say I am opening my photography books up in September. I'm like working this contract right now, and then I also have a part-time job, so I literally don't have time to shoot. But in September, I am opening up my books. I'm taking on new clients, so yay. Also, I am looking to get into like the entertainment project manager, event coordinator world. I've been a project manager in tech and like software implementations for like 3 years, and I want to move into entertainment, use my skills there because I just love music and I love not the idea because I have like planned events before, but I love like what it takes to plan events, and I think that I would thrive in that because I already like doing it, so I might as well, do it full time. That's like the transition that I'm making right now. Just moving from, well, technically right now I'm doing ops, but I want to move from PM in tech to PM in entertainment and music.
Okay, that's what's
So yeah.
up. Yes. So this is something that I think about with Gemini's is that communication, and it's not that when it comes, you're active listeners. Gemini's are active listeners because y'all have the capability to pivot once receiving information if it needs to be changed or something. But often what
Hmm.
comes to mind is just like in conversation, do you find yourself like listening to people, but a thought could come up and you run with that thought, but you're still like, it's like you're still here with them, but it's just like this is just like off somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like as soon as a thought pops in my head, I have to get it off. I'm gonna come back to what we were talking about. I just have to get this thought out of my head, or I'm gonna go crazy. So I could literally be like we're having this conversation right now. Yeah, thoughts pop up in my head all the time. And did you see yesterday, da 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 da? And my friends are just like, yeah, and then we have a whole conversation about that, and then we come back and we start talking about, you know what I mean? But it's like it happens all the time. And I just thought I had ADHD and I was just neurodivergent or something.
Girl, it's just
But
no.
it happens all the time to me. Like I sometimes I can't keep up. Especially when we were talking about something like if the original conversation was something that wasn't like I don't want to say fulfilling, but it wasn't really a good conversation. We were just yapping and yap. Sometimes we don't get back to it, but if we were talking about something good, I'm always gonna come back to the original conversation, even if we take three tangents.
So with that, it makes me think of travel. So when it comes to traveling, what are some things that you tell people, like what would you think of like 3 to 5 things that people should have when it comes to traveling? Like,
You should have an extra outfit in your carry-on. That's like law at this point because you never know what's gonna happen. Especially like as a woman, like our cycles can start, our luggage can get lost. Just maybe our friends, need some clothes. Always just have leggings and a hoodie in your carry-on. What else do I always put? Portable charger? Because 9 times out of 10 when I'm traveling to like go to like a festival or like some kind of event. I hardly ever travel for like leisure, which I've been telling myself I need to do more, like just take a trip and just chill. But majority of the time I'm traveling is for a purpose, for an event, for me to have fun. So portable charger and I don't know. I always pack like 80 pair of underwear. I don't know if that's obscure, but I'm like, you never know what's gonna happen. Literally the whole drawer. Sometimes I like just go to Victoria's Secret or they have a Savage store now, and I'll just buy. It'd be like 7 for 30. I'll buy like a whole bunch and just put it
mm-hmm.
in my bag because I don't know. I don't know if that's a girl thing, but literally
You just never
that whole
know.
you never know what's gonna happen. So that's extra outfit in your carry-on, portable charger. I guess I'll throw in Polaroid. I think Polaroids are like my new way to like show what I've been doing. So like every birthday I have a Polaroid. So I have like a scrapbook of them. If it was cute, I would show you. But right now it's still in the half-ass done phase. So I think like that would probably be my next one because like when I go to concerts, I have like Polaroids from the concert and like cute little events. I have those, and then my birthdays. So I think I will add Polaroid. Take off panties. I'm still gonna pack at least 50 pair of panties, but remove that and put Polaroid.
Okay. So with that, it's like taking pictures, capturing memories, and just the things that take place. Sometimes, like, not just doing stuff for the plot, but when it comes to events or things that you've traveled, like, what's a misadventure that you've had on a trip that you feel comfortable sharing? That's
A
like,
missed adventure.
or misadventure. Like, they talk about, I think of the title of Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, that very odd show on Cartoon Network, but just be like a fun ass time. Huh?
I don't think I watched that. A
Girl.
fun ass time. Okay, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. On vacation specifically.
Or it's like, how the fuck did that happen? It's like, wow, that shit really happened, but we still have fun.
I'm gonna say technically it wasn't vacation, but it's like an hour out. But like my birthday this past weekend, We did like a boat ride at this lake. This is like about for me, it's like 35 minutes north. But from the city, it's like an hour and some change. This white guy pulled up on our boat and like just started like partying with us. Like, and it was a very dangerous situation to be in because like, you know, the state of the world our country is in right now. So, and we were like super north, like we were not in a black city at all. Like we were no longer in Atlanta, we were in Georgia. So yeah, so it was just like he just came up and like tied his boat to ours and like started partying with us. And in the back of my head, I was honestly I was chill the whole time. But then like as I started to sober up, I was like, this is stupid. Like we don't know who this man is, and he's just like on our boat. But like, okay, whatever. But like, I literally woke up the next day. I'm like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever done in my fucking life. I don't know why I just let this man that we don't know, and then like a white man in North Georgia is like, he probably could have killed us. Like I don't know what that was about. And then I'm trying to think about another time we went to me, Taylor, and this girl. We went to Fort Lauderdale, maybe like 3 years ago, and we stayed at this resort, and they had like a bar on like the like it was a hotel specific bar, so like it was people could come on to it, but like it was like literally a walk out from like our lobby, like the back area of the lobby. And we were in Fort Lauderdale for 4 days, and I looked up and I didn't even spend like $200 that whole weekend because like literally we were just forcing everybody to like buy us drinks. Random people were like buying us dinner.
Hey.
And again, very dangerous situation. We don't know. We're just getting in people's cars. But I didn't spend any money. So I'm
Right.
not mad about it.
Look,
But
like,
some things, it's just like like you look back at it and it's like in hindsight, this could have been very dangerous. So it's just like cool to be like covered and like
yes.
protected. But just doing things like that, just doing a bunch of dangerous things, talking, getting in men's cars who we don't know, accepting invitations from people we don't know in a city we don't live in, and still like coming out safe. That would be like my, because I feel like that happens frequently with me. Sorry. Talkative. I'm a Gemini. I'm sorry.
No, girl, you're good. Like, definitely, I feel like that showcases like having a sun in the ninth house and Venus there. Like, hey, your
Yeah.
experiences with long distance travel, like, them shits may be crazy, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you still have a good ass time. It's like a softening to that. Whereas, like, somebody might have Mars through there, might be challenges, might be some issues. Like, it's all good. But I wanted to have somebody on here that's talking about travel and being out and about and stuff. It's like it's important to get their insights, their takes on it. But when it comes to traveling and just knowledge, like the insight that you take from travel, what are some like big things, or what have you seen that you've taken away? Has it been like the engagements with people, the food, the culture, just like the overall experience? What is it for you?
Yeah. I feel like, travel, of course, but just in like my everyday like life, whenever I go somewhere, especially if I go somewhere new, a new bar, a new restaurant, new city, new country, state, whatever, the goal is to always like, build relationships, meet new people, and like just enjoy my time, live in the moment. So I feel like, the last couple of vacations I went on, just about every vacation I go on, I pretty much embody that. Like I'm going out, I'm talking to people, I'm having these fun experiences, I'm trying new food. The food is always number one. I am a foodie. I know I don't post a lot of food, but it's because I be eating it. I just be digging right on in. I'm going to Chicago in a couple weeks for Black Yacht Weekend, and Chicago's food top tier. Never had a bad
Girl.
meal. I've never had a bad meal in Chicago. People were talking about like that way with Denver, but in Denver, I can really only remember like two spots where I was like, I would go back to this place. Denver is like, eh. Chicago, never had a bad meal in Chicago. But yes, food forefront of my mind every single time. I want to eat at the best restaurants within reason. Don't send me nowhere where my check alone will be $200. That's nuts. I want to go to the best restaurants. I want to go to the best experience, the best events. And I want to, build relationships with those people for, however long that I'm going to be there. Like the best weekends to me would be like night one, me and whoever I travel with, because I like to travel small, 2, 3 people. Me and whoever I travel with, we meet some cool girls and we just kick it with them for like the remainder of the weekend. That's like my ideal situation. Of course, like brunch, dinners, I feel like should just be me and the people that I came with. But like as far as like events and stuff, like it would be cool to like hang out with somebody that either came for that event or like, is from the city and can like show us around a little bit. So that would be like an ideal thing for me because I love, meeting new people. I'm just social and likable and I tend to like most people. Yeah, that would be like ideal for me. I love just meeting new people and eating food. Eating food, number one, actually.
Like, shout out to you because definitely when we went to New Orleans, that I had never had oysters before. I was kind of like
Yeah,
on the fence of eating them, but he was like, "Yeah, these are good." I was like, "Oh shit!" I think I got like 3 plates of oysters while we were down there.
girl. Me and oysters go together real bad.
Them jokers
I
are
might go after
good.
work.
Like, no lie, I found a place out here. They had oysters, like a good amount. I want to say like half a dozen for like $19. The bitches went up in price for Valentine's Day, and I'm just like,
Girl. And it's like, now why? First of all, this is a feminine tax because men are not coming here and buying no freaking oysters for their girl. I promise you they not. I promise you they not. Maybe a very niche man, but like it is not a mass amount of men that are coming here to buy oysters for their girl. I'm coming here. It is single woman coming to buy this. Like I'm coming to get me some oysters. I'm gonna get me a glass of wine, and I'm gonna watch my show. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a single woman's Valentine's Day. Couples are not eating oysters on Valentine's Day. What are you talking about? Why is this? Boo, boo, boo.
like I ate there that day.
Right?
It was Valentine's Day, but I'm like moving forward. Yeah, yeah, prices. We ain't gonna do that. So
Ridiculous.
speaking of, you have to come out here. They have this place called Charcuterie. It's like a build your charcuterie board thing, and then
Cute.
on top of that, they have different meals and wine stuff too. But it's so
Hmm.
cute. Like you can do like two different meats and whatever fruits, and they have all
Okay.
these little toppings that you can have like your own
Cute.
little charcuterie board. So yeah, like if not if when you come out here, like we have to
Yeah.
go out there and do that because it's that, and they have all the other stuff out here too in Sacramento. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
That my contract's up in September, so I will no longer be a slave in September.
Shit. Girl, I'm mad that this made me think of this. Okay, sinners. So have you? Hi. Okay, have you? What are your thoughts? I know it's everybody get off my mind. I told you it. Like, look, yes. What do you think about the movie? What are your thoughts on it?
That is the most perfect movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. I don't know if this is general knowledge. I feel like I say this all the time. I don't like movies. I'm a TV show girl down. Miniseries me, 2 to 5 series me. Like I feel like I need the whole story. You know what I mean? So movies are cool for like, okay, if somebody wants to put it on if I'm with somebody or if like somebody wants to go to a movie, like, I'll go see a movie. Am I putting a movie on at my home? No. I'm putting on a TV show. You know what I mean? So I don't really care so much for movies. Sinners, I saw that 3 times. I've never ever paid for a movie. Well, I didn't pay for any of them, but I've never paid for a movie like multiple times. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I just feel like Ryan Coogler is such an intentional person. And then when he was talking about like in his interviews, like about all of the consultants that he had because he didn't want to get anything wrong. Like he had a hoodoo consultant, he had like a consultant for like the Asian community, he had a consultant for like music, like for the blues, like and a speech consultant, like how they actually like their slang and stuff like that at that point in time. So I was like the fact that he like cares so much about not getting anything wrong because you see movies all the time and it's like this is the 60s, they weren't saying that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like the fact that he took that much attention to detail and was able to like produce such an amazing film was amazing. I feel like there was a lot of conspiracy theories around the film that I don't want to get into because I will literally talk all day. But it was a stellar movie and I can't wait to watch it again. It's on streaming. I'm about to buy it.
Same.
I think Michael B. Jordan, I kept forgetting that like that was one person playing two people because he did such a good job at like depicting the two characters apart. And just everything about the movie, like every little detail just made sense, I can rant about the movie for an hour, but I can't because I have to work.
I feel you.
Another time, just call me. We can.
Oh, we can talk about it for real. Because I'm going to tell you, like, enjoying the Easter eggs that have
Yes.
been shown and then people's, like, ideas about stuff relative to it on TikTok. And just, like, what was it? I saw one video I posted recently about, like, the concept of sacrifice when it comes to women. And they just, like, broke it down
Hmm.
each and every one, like, woman. Like I said, we can go into details about that. But it's like,
Listen.
it's amazing. Just that being able to, like, all of those things being able to be depicted and showcased and have its appeal to the masses as it has been. Like, he did that. I really do hope they
Yeah.
have like some extensions, like some directors, like true legit, like I want to see like 15, 20 minutes of film that wasn't put in the fucking movie, like in the
Yeah,
box
no,
set.
literally, like I need the extended cuts.
It's
Anyways, that
it's so good.
perfect movie, perfect movie.
Yes. Well, girl, I'm not going to hold you up. I know you gotta get ready for work. This has been absolute fun last time.
Yeah,
Like, we'll have to come out and talk again. Like I said, this
yeah, for
show
sure.
ain't about to be like, oh, we're gonna stick to one sign, one season. You're just here. No, I was just like, hey, if you got something we want to talk about, we can talk about it. Like, find
Okay.
some way to incorporate it. Like, yes, astrology sprinkles into the conversation, but
Hmm.
like I said, I want to just talk to my friends, talk about topics, and find some way to put astrology in it in that way.
Period. Well, I'm
Yes,
always here. Just give me a call.
yes, girl. Yes, like it's been a true pleasure having you on here. And by
Thank
all
you.
means, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back
Of
next time.
course.
In the meantime, between time, y'all be easy, okay? Bye.